we're going to go through the setup of the winch mount for the vehicle spreader. So we're going to demonstrate here on a side-by-side. It's already equipped with a winch, and we're going to kind of show you some of the steps to go through. First thing is this fair lead right here is something that you're going to have to dismount. So if you look in the instructions, you'll see that we kind of talked to that. And so you're going to loosen these two bolts. We've gone ahead and loosened these up ahead of time, and we're just going to remove these. Once you've got the fasteners out, if you've got room, you can tuck this bracket down inside of the front end here where it's out of the way. It'll just kind of stay tucked in there. Everything that we mount is going to be on the front side here. So retain your fasteners so that when you take this bracket back off, you can hook everything back up to where it was. As you look at the contents of the box, you'll see the parts that you have. You've got your mounting bracket here. You've got the stem that the spreader mounts to. There's several pieces of hardware. There's the carriage bolts that attach these two components together. And then we provide two sets of fasteners for mounting the bracket to the machine. So we've got a larger set of hardware and a smaller set of hardware, and you're just going to want to match these up similar to the size of the fasteners that you pulled out. So in this case, we're going to go with the larger set of hardware here. And if you look, we've got slotted cuts on the bracket, and this allows you to mount up to a wide variety of bolt spacings. So on this one, it's a little bit wider bolt spacing, so it's going to utilize kind of the outer edges of the slots that are cut here. So as we mount this up, we're going to poke the bolts through from the back side so that you can attach the nuts on the front side of the bracket. So we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, so we've got this attached. You'll have to use your own set of tools to make this attachment here. Once this bracket is attached and snugged up, the next thing we're going to do is attach the bracket on the front side here that the spreader mounts to. So we'll grab this bracket and the 4 carriage bolts. All these should be flanged lock nuts, no washers included on these. Carriage bolts are inserted through so that the square head of the carriage bolt aligns with the square notch cut in the bracket, and the nuts go on the back side. We've supplied a wrench, if you don't have one, to tighten up all of these nuts on the bracket. Once you've gone around and made sure that all your fasteners are snug, tight, then we'll go into the installation of the spreader unit on top of the winch mount. We've got our ATV spreader unboxed. You'll see with the hardware pack, we've got a set of cam buckle straps, a package of hardware. A lot of this hardware kind of goes along with the assembly of the receiver hitch mount. Since we have the winch mount, really the only thing you're going to have to use for this is your threaded knob. And then we've got your 3 different power options for connection between the spreader and your vehicle power. So with that, we're going to set the spreader on top of the winch mount. You've got 3 hole locations that you can choose. Choose whatever is convenient for operating the spreader. We're just going to set it on the highest setting, and then we'll guy it off with these cam buckle straps and get it all buttoned up here. You'll notice the spreader is kind of pitched forward at a little bit of an angle. We're going to draw it back, really take a lot of the play out, give the spreader lots of support. It holds 125 pounds of media, so the more you can stabilize it, the easier it is going to be for everything to work together. With these cam buckle straps, I recommend tying it off somewhere structural on the vehicle. So usually like your roll bar mount, if you don't have something accessible there, if you've got a brush guard, you can guy it off, but basically whatever you can do to just like draw it back and stabilize it, because you can see it's going to have a little bit of play. You can run it like this, but we definitely recommend anchoring it off to the vehicle. Make sure you secure these loose ends just so they're not interfering with anything on the assembly. Now we're going to select the power cord. For this one, we might just go ahead and use the cigarette adapter. You also have the option to use the alligator clips. You can connect this directly to the battery. And then we also have ring terminal connectors. If you've got a battery that's got threaded posts on it, you can screw these right on. You'll see the power cable connects to the SAE connector on the back of the unit. You just plug those in, route it back into the vehicle, and plug it into your cigarette adapter in here, or the battery or ring terminal, however you need to route the power. So that covers the installation of the winch mount for the vehicle spreader. You may be wondering, why would someone mount it in this location? It really gives you a lot of visibility on your seed dispersion. So as you're spreading that seed you've made the investment in, you can see exactly the width. You can make sure that your overlaps are correct and you're not overspreading or underspreading as you're making laps through your field. If you're running like a fertilizer or lime, you may consider mounting it on the back of the vehicle, and we'll cover that in the next video.